Hmm. I was looking for something, but it's not there. All right, I'm going to be back on later, but really quickly, I just wanted to create something for someone regarding fear. Uh, yeah, it's a topic that everybody talks about every day. Uh, you know, all the time. But there's just something that I've realized about it, and is that I really don't like. I've never experienced it. Let me say that. Now I talk about it just because that's the language we use and that's what we call it, and we say that. But I've never experienced it. Like I don't know what it is. Okay, and let me tell you why I say that. It's like if you've ever watched The Office, which is so funny. I mean, the American one. I don't know about the other ones, but it's very funny. And there's a scene in it where, not a scene. There's an episode where what is his name? Dwight. Dwight is he's hitting Jim with throughout the day. He's hitting him with snowballs, right? And there's like a rock in the snowball or something. I don't know, but Jim's nose is bleeding and all that. If you're an Office fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So he jumps out of places and just hits him with a snowball when Jim is not expecting it, right? So Jim becomes paranoid, okay? And now he's like looking behind things. He's just very, paranoid. And and at the end of the episode, um, Dwight is on the roof of the building, and Jim is in the parking lot, and there's like a bunch of snowmen that Dwight put in the parking lot, and Jim is just going crazy, like just hitting them, and just because he thinks one of them might be Dwight, ready to hit him with a snowball, and Dwight's on the roof, and he's saying the thing that's worse than being hit by a snowball is fear of being hit by a snowball, right? So he got Jim in the place where everywhere he turned, he was just afraid that Dwight was going to be there, and nothing was there. Like he wasn't there. Okay. And I think like that's a really like that really speaks to what I'm talking about here, because I realized that I was afraid of what fear is. And so I had never really experienced it. It's like because I heard it's something terrible. Right? Fear is, I mean, it's bad. It's like, that it means something terrible and awful. So I'm afraid of fear. You're afraid of fear, which sounds really weird. But what it is, it's just unknowing. It's not rocket science. Okay. We know that we don't like to be in a place where we don't know what's going on. Okay. We need to know something. We need to know what's happening. We need to know where we are and who we are and what we're doing here and our purpose and our journey and all the things that that we want to know. So any area where there is not that knowledge, where there's like an opening, where something isn't known, that we don't want to approach that, right? That it's very frightening to us. It's very fearful to us. Anticipation of what it could be because we don't know what it is. All right. And I discovered that, in the, when I write about it in the book, and, when I felt like I was about to die. Oh, that light is so bright back there. I really felt like, and my heart was beating fast, and and like I said, nothing was going on. I'm like, what the hell is happening here? What is going on? And I was terrified. I mean, absolutely terrified, but of what? Like nothing was there. It was just nothing was there. I had the feeling that something was about to happen, but I didn't know what it was. I had no idea. So it had to be bad. It had to be death. It couldn't have been anything else, right? It had to be that until I got through it. And when I got through it, it was like, y'all know all that. If you don't know all that, then go ahead and get Firing God, and it tells you in there. And I was like, oh my goodness, all that for nothing. Like, really, all of that cold sweats and palpitations and all this for absolutely nothing. For nothing. So I started doing, like, different experiments and stuff to help me understand, well, what was that? What was that feeling? What it felt like, fear, if that's what I heard fear was, I guess. And what was that? I was very, very curious about what that was. So I would do things like just stare at myself in the mirror. When you just stare at yourself in the mirror, like, don't say anything, just stare. And if you have thoughts, all right, just forget them. Just let them do what they do. You start to get into that sphere of unknowing. Okay. And there you go with the heart palpitations again. Okay. There you go with that again. Now I need, the thoughts to come back to tell me, oh, that's Cheryl. She's a black woman and she's this and that, to make me feel, like I know what the hell is going on. So that's one thing I would do, just stare at myself in the mirror. The other thing would just be to say my name while I was looking in the mirror. Just say my name. Just keep saying. And you know how after a while, when you say your name out loud, or any word at all, okay, but your name, because you feel like your name is yours, you feel like that's you. When you say it just out loud, man, it just sounds weird as hell. Like, it makes no sense. It really doesn't. It makes no sense, which makes sense because, there are no words coming out of my mouth right now. No, look, do you see anything? There are no nouns and verbs and vowels and all that coming out of my mouth right now. The only thing, is different vibrations that hit your ear. And according to scientists, your brain interprets it, all that stuff, whatever. So, so it's just, what am I interpreting? Like, what am I interpreting based on these vibrations on my eardrum? Okay. And when I say my name in the mirror, I thought I was, talking about me. I thought that Cheryl was me, but it's not. And it's very clear. Like, if you do that exercise, and now here we go again with the heart beating fast, because now I'm getting into that space of, well, I thought I was sure about this thing, but now when I really look at it, maybe not, that, and we back away from that so fast. We really do. We back all the way up away from that very, very fast, So I think it's useful for things like fear, that seem to be holding us back from different things that maybe we want to do. Adventures we want to take, new jobs we want to start, investments we want to make, whatever you're doing in your day-to-day, foods we want to try, okay? And we feel like that fear thing is just in the way, well, what is it? If it's in the way, if it's making it very difficult for me or for you to, to make this choice, to get into this relationship or buy this house or whatever, then just what is it? Like, what is it that's actually doing that? Okay, we can investigate what that is, and with that investigation, like, I don't need to tell y'all anything. I say this to people I talk to on my Patreon, who come to me to help them study or whatever we're doing. The first thing I say is, you don't need me. Like, you absolutely do not need Cheryl. okay, for anything. All right. And what something else I understood is what I have experienced, the things that I talk about in the book and on this channel, like nobody needs to hear this. Okay. I'm not, what do you call it? Like recruiting non-dualists or whatever, nobody needs to hear anything I have to say. Okay. At all, but I'm appreciative of the ability to share. I like that that's a quality, that we have, like the qualities of the sun are warmth and heat. A quality of people is the ability to communicate and share. And it's a type of sharing where you don't gain or lose anything. Okay. That's the kind of sharing I'm talking about. And that's exactly what I do here. All right. Which is what I'm doing right now. So for me, for individuals who feel as if, fear is a roadblock, is it really? And you don't even have to answer the question. Okay. And that's another thing I found. Questions are not looking for answers. Okay. They're questions. Are answers looking for questions? No, they're just answers. Okay. It's okay to ask a question and just ask it. That's all. Just ask the question with no expectation of anything, Like, what is fear really? Is it really in my way? And if it is, where is it? Like, can you actually point it out? Like, point me in the direction. Is it on the left of you right now? Is it on the right of you right now? Is it above your head? Like, where is the fear? Where is it? Is it in your body, outside your body? What color is it? What's the texture of it? Ask yourself those kinds of questions. Just ask. Again, no need to answer or look for an answer or Google an answer. I mean, whatever. You can just ask, okay, and just leave it leave it at that. All right. So I'm gonna be back with y'all. What time did I set that thing? I think it was like 7 o'clock or something. Where we're gonna talk about enlightenment. All right. And I'll see y'all back here at that time.